And happy to have such an awesome teacher because not everybody can learn from the best.
Yes. Not just the best, but the very best of the best.
Exactly.
You think Paula D ain't got nothing on her?
Hola y bienvenido a mi cocina familia.
Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? As y'all can see, we have the bilingual guest. Yes, the bilingual guest here in the kitchen. So this is a new segment, you guys. I won't promise to have it to you every Sunday, but maybe one Sunday a month, called Sunday Servings. So most of you know that every Sunday, my family and I, we eat out. We eat out together. But since my newfound vow to myself to eat out less, some Sundays we're going to come home and eat. So today, what are you cooking? So I'm just going to be filming today, y'all. My guest, my bilingual guest, Daneka, will be cooking. What are you cooking, Daneka?
I am cooking chicken Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo. We're going to keep it separate. And then...
Because my husband doesn't like seafood.
Right. And then I'm going to cook garlic bread. And we're just going to have a side salad with it.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay, so I've done the other pieces of chicken, but sometimes you get a cut that has this little muscle here or tendon or something, and this is tough, and I just don't like to have that. So okay, so now I have done some prep. I'm going to finish prepping and then I'll be done. I have an onion here that I'm going to saute up and put that in the sauce. I got some semi-homemade recipe, so this is going to be the sauce that we're going to use, and I'll zhuzh it up later. I have my chicken here. I'm going to season it now with smoked paprika, Italian seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, no salt, and then regular black pepper, and then I have some sea salt here that I'll season it with. And then I'm going to saute this up and get the chicken almost cooked, because it's going to bake in the oven later on, so you don't want to cook it completely right now, and you don't want to get it tough later on. So that's what I'm going to do. And for the shrimp, I won't do anything except for put a little salt and pepper on them, so that's why they're sitting over here to the side. I'm not going to have to prep that. I got my pot here waiting because I'm going to cook my chicken next. I kind of like to cook things that's going to take the longest first, so I'm going to cook the chicken first.
That's what I gotta learn.
Yeah.
I don't know what order to cook stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can only cook one thing at a time.
Oh, yeah. But the good thing about this is it's all one thing. It's just some moving parts to it. I already have my water boiling back here, so it's almost time to drop my fettuccine Alfredo pasta into the water, and it's salted water as well. And then I already have my bread set up over here, so all I have to do is put it in the oven. Like when everything is almost done, the last 5 or 10 minutes of cooking, you pop that in the oven, and then your bread is done at the same time as everything else.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this for my vegetables, so I don't have to keep running back and forth cleaning. If you have more than one cutting board, then you can use all of them, but just so I don't have to do all that running back and forth, I'm using tongs and my knife, so that way I don't have to touch it again, because I wash my hands really well already. So I don't have to do all that running back and forth to the sink.
And you know, the Blessed Place ain't but one cutting board.
Right.
So you like break yours in half?
Yes, I like to break mine in half.
I do that for spaghetti.
If you have a pasta pot and you can keep it whole, then that's great. But if you can't keep it whole, then the broken pieces, I mean, you literally can make it on broken pieces.
And that is a sermon. Y'all, we can make it on broken pieces. Yes, y'all get a little word and a recipe.
Okay.
Don't let me come up with a new segment. Word and a recipe.
Oh, Lord. Now she a chef and a preacher. Okay, when I preheated my pot, I preheated it on not medium high, but like between medium and medium high. If you have a dial that says medium high, then you want to put it like between medium and medium high. If you have numbers that go up to 10, you want to put it on around 6 or 7. Once it's preheated and you can feel it like okay, about 6 or 7 seconds is done. So then you want to turn it back down to medium, which is like number 5.
Okay.
And then you get your olive oil, and I just kind of sprinkle it in there like that. So you don't need a whole lot of it, and you don't want to cover the whole pan, but you just swish it around. And you see that smoke coming up? I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but there's smoke coming up. That is your smoke point. So that means it's time to get the chicken or whatever it is that you're cooking in there. If your oil is smoking hot.
Yeah, see, that's sizzle like this before when I'm cooking. So it's a while, I'm like, wait, I don't know. And girl, I would have put my bacon down, waiting to hear some sizzle. I had the wrong eye on.
Oh Lord!
Remember the video I was frustrated?
User error.
Okay, I asked the question if she was not putting it in the oven when she cooked it longer.
Because I've only been cooking it for like 4 minutes, and the answer is yes. First of all, some of the tiniest pieces, like these, are probably done already. But some of the larger pieces would not be done just yet. But you want your chicken just cooked. You don't want it to be overcooked. And another thing that I would never have done had I not been cooking this more, was right here, the plate. This is the same plate that I took the raw chicken off of. So I would have washed the plate thoroughly before putting it back on this plate.
Oh, you can cross?
It's not cross-contamination. It's chicken on chicken. You're not done cooking the chicken. So that's the whole point. So that's why I want to make sure that, you know, I would never have put the chicken back on the chicken plate. But some people still wouldn't. But it's not cross-contamination unless it's crossing with something else and it's the same chicken. So now I'm going to wash this very thoroughly so it's not cross-contamination. I'm going to cook the shrimp.
Okay. You cooking your onions?
Yeah, I'm going to cook the onions.
Okay. Now, Daneka just did something I ain't never seen or heard of before. Did you just make this up?
No, that's how I always check my pasta. So you get a piece of pasta and you stick it, and does it stick? And if it sticks, then it's ready. And this is not ready, so I got a few more minutes.
What if this just the wrong surface? Maybe just won't stick to that surface.
Yeah, it sticks to wood.
Oh.
So I always check it like that. So I'm giving it a couple more seconds.
OMG. We're going to see if this works. If it's going to stick the next time. Oh, look at that. Now I know today you were basically using the kind of onion you had on here, but if you were buying, does it matter what kind of onion you buy?
Yeah, for me it does. I'm using the red onion, like you said, because I had it here already. But I prefer white onion when I'm cooking pastas and certain types of food. Okay, I got my sauteed up shrimp. The shrimp are not quite done. The chicken is not quite done, but they're ready for us. I sauteed up some onions and I separated them because we're keeping things separate. I have some 4 cheese Alfredo here in Asiago Romano Alfredo. So what I'm going to do is pour half and half so they both taste the same, almost. The stove is still on medium, you guys. Okay, so I don't like to leave all my flavor to a jar. So of course I had to add some Italian seasonings, some garlic and onion powder, and then I'm also going to add in some garlic, and we already have some minced up garlic here. So add little things to make it like semi-homemade, so that way you feel like you did a little bit more and you flavor it to your liking. But so now all we have left to do is add in the shrimp and the chicken, and then we're going to add the pasta, and then we're going to put them in baking dishes, put them in the oven, and when they come out they will be done. So I added just a little sprinkle of cheese, a little sprinkle. I didn't stir it up, so what you see on top is all I put. But it just makes it look even better and creamier when you're pulling the pasta apart and you see little cheesy strings. And then just a little dollop of sour cream in each one of them. For me, it makes it creamier and it gives it an extra flavor, and it makes it taste a little more homemade. And so that's why I always add it in.
Oh, I can't wait to eat.
I always put my pasta in little at a time, stir it, and see, okay, do I need more? Now this can take a little bit more pasta, but you don't want your sauce to be dry, especially when you're gonna bake, because it's gonna bake and be a little bit drier as it is. Now I just got the Parmesan cheese, some Parmesan cheese, and sprinkled it on top. And then I also got the, I think that was what, 4-cheese Mexican blend. Sprinkle that on top. And now it's time to go in the oven. And I'm gonna drop the bread in the oven in about 20 minutes. This is gonna go on 400 for about 30 minutes. So in the last 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, I'll put the bread in so it all comes out together.
Ooh, it's looking good. That's the shrimp. That's the chicken. Garlic bread. Salad. Just thank whoever you like to thank. Whoever you think cooked it.
I'm really ready.
I'm ready.
I thank God for my wife cooking this, not cooking this excellent meal, but coaching this excellent meal. I mean, look at this here. And I had second helper. She has truly been a blessing. That's using her talent, coaching her baby sister Daneka how to cook. And I just thank God for that she's learning. I mean, it's like my wife cooked it herself almost. And so I just thank God for that there.
Daneka? Good
Well,
student.
I was gonna
Good
say
student.
I didn't actually eat it, but you know, I'm judging by what I see. It seems like they liked it, so I'm very proud of myself and happy to have such an awesome teacher. Because not everybody can learn from the best.
Yes. Not just the best, but the very best of the best.
Exactly.
You think Paula D ain't got nothing on her?
Okay.
None of them Top Chef? Not at all.
Exactly.